Boa tarde de algum lugar entre a inauguração da mais audaciosa estratégia imperial de frentes múltiplas da história moderna e a constatação devastadora de que acabamos de testemunhar o lançamento de Operação Dominó Global, ofensiva simultânea americana contra a Venezuela, e preparação para ataque iminente ao Irã, que marca definitivamente o abandono de qualquer pretense de diplomacia internacional. A pergunta que ecoa desde as refinarias venezuelanas, ocupadas, até as instalações nucleares iranianas, sob vigilância de bombardeiros B-52, é profundamente perturbadora. Estamos assistindo ao nascimento de nova doutrina imperial, baseada em operações militares coordenadas contra múltiplos alvos estratégicos simultaneamente. Vamos dissecar esta escalada que pode redefinir permanentemente o equilíbrio geopolítico mundial. O timing da ofensiva dupla Estados Unidos-Venezuela e preparação anti-Irã não é coincidência estratégica, mas sim demonstration calculated, do que Pentagon classifica internamente como Multiple Theater Dominance Strategy, capacidade americana de conduzir operações militares devastadoras em múltiplas regiões simultaneamente para maximum psychological impact sobre adversários globais. Secretário de Defesa Peter Hegseth foi explícito sobre linkage entre as operações durante coletiva Mar-a-Lago. Nicolás Maduro teve sua chance, assim como o Irã teve a sua, até que deixou de ter. Passou do limite e sofreu consequências. Neste momento, nossas forças permanecem na região em alto estado de prontidão, preparadas para projetar poder e proteger nossos interesses regionais. Declaração reveals sophisticated calculation, onde Venezuelan success é deliberadamente designed para demonstrate American capacity para similar operations em qualquer região mundialmente, with Iran sendo o next obvious target para Operação Resolução Absoluta 2.0. A dimensão operacional da estratégia dupla demonstra coordination military-industrial unprecedented em scope e ambition. Venezuelan Operation utilizou 150 aeronaves partindo de 20 bases militares continentais, mas critically important, USS Gerald Ford Carrier Group foi repositioned do Mediterrâneo para Caribbean, especificamente para Venezuelan Mission, deixando Middle East temporariamente com reduced American naval presence. Mas aqui reside genialidade strategic paradoxical. Temporary Middle East naval reduction foi intended para create false sense de security em Tehran, while American forces conducted detailed reconnaissance e target assessment for future Iranian operation. During Venezuelan bombing campaign, American satellites and cyber units were simultaneously mapping Iranian nuclear facilities, military installations e leadership locations com precision comparable para pre-Venezuelan intelligence gathering. General Daniel Kane revealed que Venezuelan operation required months de detailed planning involving CIA e NSA para localizar Maduro, compreender deslocamentos, onde vivia, para onde viajava, que comia, que vestia, quais eram animais de estimação. Identical intelligence preparation está occurring para a Iranian leadership, especialmente Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. Trump himself confirmou linkage entre operations durante NBC interview. Quero que ataque ao Irã seja rápido e decisivo, espelhando a operação para capturar presidente Venezuela. Direct admission que Venezuelan model será replicated em Iranian context, com obvious implications para any country que American Empire classifies como terrorist organization. A dimensão tecnológica da estratégia dupla reveals revolutionary approach para resource appropriation através combined military economic warfare. Venezuelan heavy crude reserves, 303 bilhões barris, requires specialized American refining capabilities, creating vertical monopoly extraction to processing, who eliminates Chinese energy access while providing America leverage over global heavy crude markets. Iranian operation será primarily focused em nuclear program elimination combined com disruption de oil production capabilities que supply Chinese economy. Iran exports approximately 1.5 million barrels daily, mostly para China, through arrangements que bypass dollar-based payment systems. American strikes against Iranian energy infrastructure would force China para seek alternative suppliers at significantly higher costs, weakening Chinese industrial competitiveness. More strategically devastating, combined Venezuelan-Iranian energy disruption eliminates approximately 2.5 million barrels daily de non-Western controlled oil production, creating artificial scarcity that drives up global energy prices while ensuring American allied producers, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Norway, capture increased market share at premium prices. Dual operation creates perfect storm para Chinese economy. Lost de reliable heavy crude supply, Venezuela. Combined lost the alternate light crude source, Iran. Forces Beijing para increased dependency in American allied suppliers, who can weaponize energy supply based on Chinese compliance, American geopolitical demands. A financial warfare dimension da estratégia dupla demonstrates sophisticated understanding of how military actions can be leveraged para broader economic objectives. Venezuelan oil seizure eliminates approximately $20 billion annual Chinese energy investment, while Iranian military action potentially destroys $50 billion Chinese infrastructure investments in Iranian energy sector. Combined $70 billion Chinese loss represents significant blow para Belt Road Initiative financing capabilities, forcing Beijing para reallocate resources intended para Global South development projects toward defensive measures protecting existing investments contra American military interference. More immediately devastating, uncertainty about American willingness para attack countries, significant Chinese investment, creates risk premium para any Chinese overseas development projects, increasing financing costs, reducing competitiveness the Chinese development model versus American-sponsored alternatives. Iranian preparation reveals even more sophisticated planning, porque geographic complexity requires different operational approach to Venezuelan quick-snatch model. Iran possesses extensive missile capabilities that can retaliate against American bases throughout Middle East, requiring massive defensive preparations that Venezuelan operation didn't necessitate. American military sources indicate that Iranian operations are primarily focused on decapitation strikes against leadership combined comprehensive cyber warfare designed para disable Iranian command and control capabilities before kinetic operations begin. Success depends on achieving total surprise that prevents Iranian activation to regional proxy networks. Key difference: Venezuelan operation was designed para capture leadership alive para legal processing, while Iranian operations are focused on eliminating leadership para prevent organized resistance. Trump confirmed preference para Maduro model, mas acknowledged that Iranian resistance capabilities require different approach to achieve similar objectives. Critical tactical consideration: Iranian operation must eliminate nuclear program infrastructure para prevent Iranian development of nuclear weapons that could deter future American interventions. Venezuelan operation had no nuclear dimensions, making Iranian scenario exponentially more complex and dangerous. A regional escalation dimension reveals how dual strategy designed para-trigger cascading effects throughout multiple regions simultaneously. Colombian mobilization to forces para Venezuelan border creates secondary crisis, that diverts attention from Iranian preparation while demonstrating American capacity para destabilize entire regions through single operation. Cuban maximum alert response para Venezuelan invasion creates third pressure point requiring American attention, while Iranian threats contra Middle East allies create fourth front where American resources must be allocated. Deliberate strategy: create multiple simultaneous crises that exceed adversary capacity para respond effectively in all theaters. Russian-Chinese coordination, attempting para provide support para both Venezuelan resistance and Iranian defense capabilities, must geographic separation makes coordinated response extremely difficult. Venezuela-Iran distance prevents unified military support, forcing Moscow and Beijing para choose resource allocation priorities between two equally important allies. Iranian proxy networks throughout Middle East create additional complexity because activation to Hezbollah, Iraqi militias, Yemeni forces, and Syrian allies would require American military presence throughout regions simultaneously, stretching American capabilities para dangerous limits while providing Iranian leadership time para escape American targeting. A psychological warfare component, da estratégia dupla, reveals sophisticated understanding of how sequential military victories create momentum que intimidates potential adversaries while demonstrating overwhelming American capabilities. Venezuelan success designed para demonstrate para Irã que American threats são credible e resistance é futile. Sequence matters. Venezuelan victory first establishes American willingness para violate international law and conduct regime change operations. Then Iranian operation demonstrates American capability para replicate success against much more formidable adversary. Message para remaining targets: Cuba, North Korea, Syria. Accommodation or elimination. Information warfare supports psychological campaign through corporate media coordination qui emphasizes American military superiority, while downplaying international legal violations. Venezuelan operation portrayed como anti-terrorism success, rather que resource appropriation. Iranian preparation portrayed como nuclear threat prevention, rather que regime change preparation. Social media manipulation amplifies American strength messaging, while suppressing coverage to civilian casualties. International condemnation. Adversary capabilities. Goal: create perception the American invincibility que encourages preemptive surrender rather que resistance. A nuclear dimension remains most dangerous aspect, the dual strategy, because both Russia and China cannot allow precedent the American military elimination, the allied countries, some response que demonstrates unacceptable costs to such operations. Venezuelan operation crossed red line porque attacked country under Russian security guarantee. Iranian operation would cross second red line porque attacks country under Chinese energy partnership. Two red line crossings force a Moscow-Beijing para coordinate response que could escalate beyond conventional warfare. Russian unlimited military assistance para Venezuelan resistance combined com potential Chinese military support para Iranian defense creates scenario on American forces could face advanced weapons systems provided by nuclear powers, potentially leading para direct confrontation que nobody wants, mas everybody fears. Iranian nuclear program adds additional complexity, porque Tehran contribuye apenas months para weapons development. See, American military action eliminates oversight and monitoring systems. Paradoxically, American action designed para prevent Iranian nuclear capability could accelerate Iranian nuclear weapons development through elimination de diplomatic constraints. Para Brazil specifically, dual American strategy represents existential threat, porque geographic proximity para Venezuelan occupation makes neutrality impossible, while Brazilian energy partnerships com both Venezuela and Irã create a direct conflict de interest com American objectives. Brazilian elite must choose between supporting American resource appropriation, que threatens Brazilian sovereignty, or aligning com resistance coalition que risks American economic retaliation. Chinese investment in Brazilian energy sector creates additional complexity, porque American pattern suggests Brazil could become third target, as it maintains independence. Lula government faces impossible situation. Domestic public opinion opposes American intervention, mas Brazilian economic dependency on both Chinese investment and American trade makes definitive alignment extremely costly, regardless the choice made. A intelligence warfare dimension, the dual strategy, demonstrates unprecedented coordination between American agencies and allied intelligence services. Venezuelan operation benefited from intelligence provided by Colombian military, while Iranian planning involves Israeli Mossad coordination para target assessment and timing optimization. AUKUS Alliance, Australia, UK, USA, providing sophisticated cyber warfare support para both operations, while NATO infrastructure sendo utilized para logistics and communication support, despite European governments' public neutrality claims. Five Eyes intelligence sharing, USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, enables global coordination to information warfare campaigns, supporting both operations while identifying potential international resistance networks que potrebuje disruption. Para conclusion desta analysis, American dual offensive against Venezuela Iran represents watershed moment in international relations on the empire officially abandoned diplomacy and favored a coordinated military resource appropriation designed para eliminate multipolar alternatives para American hegemony. EUA atacam Venezuela e Irã. Não é separate operations, mas coordinated campaign designed para demonstrate American capacity para conduct simultaneous regime change operations worldwide while appropriating strategic resources e eliminating alternative development models. Success de Venezuelan operation designed para psychological preparation para Iranian operation, while Iranian operation designed para demonstrate American willingness para attack any country, regardless the defensive capabilities ou international law protections. Dual strategy represents most dangerous escalation since Cuban Missile Crisis, porque forces nuclear powers para choose between accepting American global domination or risking nuclear confrontation para defend allied countries. Venezuelan resistance success combined com Iranian defensive preparations será crucial para demonstrating que American military supremacy não é absolute e que coordinated international response pode successfully oppose imperial expansion. Por hoje, é isso desta análise sobre how American Empire launched most ambitious military campaign since World War II, targeting multiple regions simultaneously para establishing global dominance, through force rather que diplomacy. De algum lugar entre ruins de international diplomatic system e birth de new era, for military force determines resource control worldwide. Ciao tutti.